Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. I'd like to start things off. I just watched the theatrical trailer for The Crow, the 2024 version, which is coming out. Bill Skarsgård. I'm starting to warm up to it a little bit. I know in a previous episode I kind of did my little diatribe about it, but because I didn't like a lot of the visuals initially, which were released through the stills that was it Vanity Fair, I think, or one of those magazines released. And I'm starting to warm, now that I've got a theatrical trailer, I'm starting to warm up a little bit to it. It seems like they go into a little bit more depth, I should say, of Eric and Shelley's relationship, which kind of, I like that aspect because it kind of makes you care about the main characters a lot more. Whereas in Alex Proyas' version with Brandon Lee, Shelley was almost, I hate to say it, it's almost like an afterthought in some ways. I mean, you could see her through flashbacks, but you never got that true feeling of what their relationship was like. Which in the books you get a little taste of, you kind of through flashbacks, because everything happens after both of their deaths. Like I said, I think they chose the right actor. I'm not sure of the whole haircut choice, but I'm kind of starting to look past that. I don't like the tattoos at this point, but I'm willing to kind of look past that too. There are a couple things I'm going to have to see the movie to kind of figure out, like, some of the quick cut scenes were a little confusing in the sense of what was entailed in that scene, but we'll get to see. It kind of looks like he has, a new character introduced too, which is, well, there's actually several new characters, but one is the almost appears to be like a spiritual guide through it that kind of takes the place of the Skeletal Cowboy. If you read James O'Barr's books, the original I shouldn't say adaptation, the original form of the media, from James O'Barr. He had a Skeletal Cowboy, which, in addition to the Crow, were kind of guides and advisors to Eric throughout the story. Kind of looks like they've replaced that character with another one. I could be wrong, but it does kind of appear that way, at least in the trailers. Which, if they're making this for a new generation, it's not for me. I understand why they might do that. I kind of like the skeletal figure, which got Cowboy, I should say, that got cut out of the original version and the original movie adaptation, I should say, and not put in. There are some, you can find them on YouTube and whatnot. If you Google it, you can find the missing scenes and whatnot. I've got some on I believe some software I'd purchased previously, which was kind of like a companion to the Crow kind of thing, and if I remember correctly, I think that might have had those on there, or maybe it was just something I picked up bootleg. I don't remember. It's been so many years. Wow. But I think they definitely made a good choice with the lead character, with the actor at least. If not right on par as far as the hair visuals, whatnot. But if I'm not mistaken, though, they kind of give a reason, it appears, why Shelley and Eric were killed, and that's drastically different from the original material, because originally they were just kind of, if I'm not mistaken, random killings, which kind of made it even that much more sympathetic in my eyes, because one, it's something that everybody could relate to. It was just, if it's just random, and two, it's just made it that much more tragic in my eyes. It looks like, though, that Shelley saw something that led to both their murders. But yeah, and she and the actress they chose for Shelley, I like too. Even though her appearance appears radically different, but I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't care. You know, that's not the importance of it. I think capturing the essence and spirits of the characters is more important than the aesthetics. But The Crow, the original comic and the original movie are visually striking and so iconic that it's going to be hard for a lot of people to get past that. You know, he does appear with the makeup, you know, in I believe later scenes, which it kind of looks like there's a progression, which kind of coincides more with the book, which is kind of cool. And some of the visuals I did see did to appear to be in line with some of the original source material. So I'm giving the props to that. Leave final judgment, obviously, until I see the final product and watch the movie. But I'm feeling a little bit better after seeing that trailer. I'm hoping they still keep some of the original, well, some I don't want to say original music, but some of the music that coincides with the book, because there was so many lyrics that were pulled from Joy Division songs, that were pulled from The Cure, and integrated and were so intertwined with the plot line and the aesthetics and the overall effect of the book, the overall gothic and atmosphere of the book, that I'm hoping that they do at least have like one or two, you know, a couple of those songs somewhere in the soundtrack. You know, the soundtrack, I don't know if that was Ozzy or originally, or there was the songs they used in the trailer were pretty darn good. But it's to be on par with that original adaptation, it's gonna have to be a really good soundtrack. I mean, that original soundtrack had Rage Against the Machine, Stone Temple Pilots, Pantera, Helmet, Trent Reznor, you know, Nine Inch Nails. Just Henry Rollins was on that, The Cure, and you know, Trent Reznor / Nine Inch Nails doing a cover of a Joy Division song, which was awesome. Dead Souls, you know, so they're gonna have to be on par with that, and that's gonna be a hard task, you know, because the music was so integral to the original movie and to the book too. Because like I said, I borrowed a lot of lyrics from, you know, Joy Division, The Cure, etc. You know, real gothic imagery that it created throughout that and the dialogue itself in the book was very poetic, in a lot of ways. So I'm hoping they keep that true to the original source material, and I'm hoping that they keep that intact, you know. I don't know how true it is. I've heard that James O'Barr is a consultant on the movie. I don't know how involved he is, you know. You know, James O'Barr, the original illustrator / author of the book. I'm hoping they relied on him heavily. I'm hoping. You know, I haven't seen him come out publicly and say anything about the movie, so that could be a good thing and that could be a bad thing. I mean, he's pretty consistently stoically kind of a shut-in from what it appears to me. I mean, he could be going out. I don't know, but he just doesn't seem to comment on a lot of things. He doesn't seem to be in the public eye. You know, he's not very active in the comic community, from what I can tell, and so that I don't know how to read into, you know, any non-statement from him. You know, is it good or bad? I do not know. You would think that if a normal reaction from a human being, like if I was involved as a consultant, or if I was actively involved in a movie that was an adaptation of my work, and people were bashing it, I would come out and say, "Hey guys, calm down. I was very involved with the process. You know, wait and see for the final product." And I haven't heard him say that. But that's just me. That's the way I would react to seeing some of those things. And maybe he just ignores it all. I don't know. You know, You know, so yeah, that's that. That's like I said, some of the visuals I liked. I didn't like some of the blood splatter effects. It looked very kind of early 2000s CGI with some of it. I'm hoping that they clean up some of that in the final cut, but I don't know if they were doing that purposely for effect, but some of them didn't some of the splatter effects, some of it didn't look very good. That's one of my criticisms so far from seeing the trailer, you know. But and I've yet to see a picture of. Maybe I just missed it in the trailer, but I've yet to see an image with him or a scene of him with the crow on his shoulder communicating with him. So that seems to be one area so far where it varies. But the trailer is only a few minutes long, so I can't really judge an entire movie based off a trailer. But I guess there's a supernatural element involved with the main villain. It looks like he's going to be almost like a corporate entity, kind of a corporate individual. Like it looks like an older guy in a suit, so it's not a street level thug, which varies drastically from the original source materials. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, I'm holding a final judgment for it, but I'm feeling a little tiny bit better after seeing the full theatrical trailer. Let's see. Aside from that, in the wrestling world, looks like Raquel Rodriguez has been removed from the active roster for WWE. Not happy. You know, I'm hoping. You know, she's still on the roster from what I understand. She's still an employee, so that's very good. I'm glad that they're keeping her and holding on to her. I don't want to see her go at this point, but if she has to tend to her health, obviously I want to see her do that. You know, the condition that she has makes it pretty difficult sometimes to wrestle. I mean, it can be very painful for her. Slight little things can cause her, you know, rashes, really intensely painful experience, along with some other unpleasant symptoms, which I won't get into. But that's awful. I really hate seeing that because there's someone that I had thought had a great deal of potential, and that's horrible to see her cut down right as her WWE career is starting to get going, and that's horrible. I hate to see that. I hope they keep her on. I hope that she can get through this. From my understanding, there's no cure for this condition. It's kind of a thing that flares up, and you know, thoughts and prayers going out to her because she is a talent with a lot of potential there that I thought could have been a really big baby face, and it's horrible to see. She had some potential, and I'm hoping that they, with treatment, they can at least get this under control. Not just for a wrestling aspect, but just for quality of life, and getting her back to you know, feeling good. And so hopefully that's not a bad sign of things to come. Hopefully they don't release her, but yeah, thoughts and prayers definitely going out to her. Let's see, we Raiders front, there was a whole lot going on, man. Release of Jimmy Garoppolo, release of Hunter Renfrow. That one hurts, you know. Not signing Josh Jacobs, letting him go. I think Josh just got greedy, and it seems like I think if he really wanted to be a Raider, I think he would right now. You know, I know Max Crosby posted some stuff about you know, that one hitting hard. It does, because he is a top-notch running back, and he was a leader on the team. But you know, unfortunately, running backs have very short shelf life in the NFL, and if we can pick up somebody, you know, younger and have him around for years to come, maybe he might not be on the level of Jacobs. You know, we got you know, we got Zeus there, but he's not on the level of Jacobs. I'm sorry, he's a very good running back, very good, but still young, kind of, inconsistent, but hopefully we'll pick somebody up in draft that can take some of that load off of him and rebuild that running backs core, because that's too bad. I hate to see Josh Jacobs go, but I have a funny feeling he was wanting way too much money, and then for and then like I say, the Hunter Renfrow thing, that one hurts. And I'm thinking that was a money thing, because McDaniels chose not to use him correctly, and it's a shame, because it seems like McDaniels would understand that type of, because he's like a third down, short gain, third and Renfrow. When you need him on third down, he's there for a couple of yards, 3-5 yards, whatever. He's consistently a great, one of the best possession receivers out there. And it's sad to see him go, because I thought we had a really, really stacked receiving core with him, and I'm not real happy to see him go. That's the one that hurt me the most, to tell you the truth. That one really hurts. Let's see. Trying to think here what else, because there's a lot of stuff that went on, and we'll see how things work out as far as we did had Tre'Davious White and whatnot. That defense is gonna look absolutely terrifying, which I love. It's been so long, and we don't even, with the release of Garoppolo, we free up a lot of cap, because he failed that performance enhancing drug test, and that pretty much voided his contract. So good thing the guy's an idiot. Because that saved us a lot of money right there. But definitely happy to see that. Let's see, what else? I'm just kind of going through real quickly here. I'm trying to think if I missed anybody or anything. Let's see, obviously, oh yeah, Wilkins, which is going to be absolutely terrifying. Christian Wilkins, that's going to be awesome. See that line, holy crap. And Minshew, freed up, what was he, $15 million? I think Jacobs might have been $12 million. I'm not sure, but you can't really compare quarterback to running back position. Quarterback's so valuable. Minshew might even win out the starting quarterback spot. I don't know, but I don't know. He was like I said, he kind of looks like a solid backup, though, at this point. The only thing that scares me, once again, I've said it before about Aiden O'Connell, is the guy is like a statue out there. He cannot move worth a darn. And that scares me, because I just feel like you can blitz him all day long, and he won't be able to move. He moves like his feet are in concrete. He is so unathletic. I mean, I think he has a great intelligence level and personality wise, just incredible. It's perfect for a quarterback, and I think the guy appears to be a great guy and appears to be really intelligent. And problem is, like I said, if you start putting some pressure on him, he doesn't move. That's the thing that kind of scares me. I hate that he cannot. I mean, heaven forbid he should have to run with the ball too. Oof, that's the only thing that scares me about him. And I think maybe the Chiefs figured that out, when we played them. Jeez, because he was absolutely dreadful that game, But thankfully we didn't need him to step up and play, like Joe Montana. But hey, let's, I'm running out of time here. Let's talk about wrestling. Some great some great promos once again from Cody Rhodes and from The Rock. Jeez. He was in Rock was in Memphis this week. I'm not sure what they're doing with him because he did such a such a baby face promo. And I think they wisely kept Cody away from him in that spot because I think he would have been booed if he came out in Memphis. I think Rock has too much of a big following in Memphis. I think they did the right thing because I don't know if the Memphis crowd would have turned on him. I mean, being is where that kind of where he started out, early on. So I don't think they would have turned on him. And he got such a gigantic pop and a great reaction from the crowd. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been there. I would have loved to have seen that. That would have been absolutely insane. But, it's only about an hour and a half away from here. But, man, it was highly entertaining. Aside from that, we got everything at this point is just kind of progressing the storylines going towards WrestleMania, and we're going to have that gauntlet continuing with the tag team. So eventually we'll get to see who ends up being in the competing for the tag team championship. So that's got to iron itself out. But aside from that, there are a lot of stuff that's already kind of set in stone. Excuse me. We know we're going to have the tag team match with The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth on the first night, and then the second night is going to be Seth. It's Seth versus Drew, but it's going to be Cody versus Roman. So we'll just have to see who wins that first night, see what the rules are, and aside from that, we know we're going to get Sami Zayn going for the Intercontinental title, but we kind of knew that months ago, even with this whole thing, against Gable and whatnot. So, which, I don't know where they go from there with Gable. It feels like you're kind of squashing them. I'm glad they did what they did in the end with the respect from Sammy, because that kind of keeps him back up. But maybe Sammy doesn't win the Intercontinental title. I don't know. Or maybe Sammy does win it, and after that, Gable ends up beating Gunther. I don't know. I still think they have to sell the feud between him and Gunther, though. And holy cow, I talked about so many things that weren't wrestling that I'm out of time right now. But you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I just, at this point, like I said, there aren't going to be any earth-shattering things going into WrestleMania, So it's there. You don't expect any, insane twists and turns. It's just going to be what it is leading up to continuing the storylines for WrestleMania. So until we get there, it's just kind of dragging us along and getting us a little bit more, teasing us a little bit more. But hey, if you get a chance to check out Crushing Kayfabe, Crushing with a K, crushingkayfabe.com, and check us out on Patreon too, please. Like I say, every week, it's only $1, and most of us have $1 they can spare. We all do so many streaming services and whatnot. Is $1 really that much to ask to keep the lights on? And believe it or not, it helps get enough people doing it. It helps out immensely, and just helps keep me doing what I love doing, keep me going. So, and keep the lights on here, So yeah, if you can help us out, check us out on patreon.com and look for Crushing Kayfabe, Crushing with a K. And if you're in the Western Tennessee area, check out Then and Now in downtown Trenton. It's right, you can't miss it. It's right across from the courthouse, pretty much, downtown Trenton, Tennessee. And check us out on all social media accounts, YouTube, Facebook, etc. And you can get the latest news of what's going down with Crushing Kayfabe, and you can check me out on my various personal / business accounts, with my singing career and whatnot. So you can check me out there. But hey, as always, prayers and thoughts going out to the Ukraine, and hopefully we see some resolution there. And, once again, thank you for tuning in. God bless.